Every year, residents of northern Kenya and other arid lands are faced with the greatest threat, drought. Droughts have claimed many lives, left many starving, and livestock wiped out. The traditional government response has been to avail relief food to victims of droughts, but these interventions have sometimes been untimely, reaching the victims long after devastation has taken its toll. Since the first drought recovery program in 1992, the Government of Kenya has made significant investment in its drought management systems. This has been achieved through a project-led approach.
The Arid Land Source Management Project 2 was a World Bank and GOK funded project. It covered 28 larger arid and semi-arid districts.
Since December 2007, Drought Management Initiative (DMI), under the auspices of the European Union, has been supporting the Kenya government to further consolidate and institutionalize drought management systems.
Current drought management systems, these have never been institutionalized, so both system structures have not a perpetual basis.
Some of the core mandates of the project include support the Kenya government in the creation of a national drought contingency fund that can effectively disburse financial resources during drought crisis, establishment of a national drought management authority for coordination of all drought management activities, including preparedness and emergency response, fostering formulation and adoption of policies related to drought, and promote role of community in drought management. DMI has facilitated the preparation of all draft legal documents for establishing the structure of the fund. Similarly, DMI developed all legal and technical requirements for the creation of a national drought management authority and facilitated a proposal for the organizational structure of that parastatal. DMI has also facilitated the Ministry of Development of Northern Kenya and other arid lands to develop relevant policies related to the developments of ASALs. In particular, the following policy documents have been prepared through DMI support. Annex to Vision 2030, a document which mirrors the structure of Vision 2030 and articulates a clear vision for ASAL region and revised ASAL policy which can be taken to Cabinet. DMI also provided support to the ministry to discuss the implications of the new constitution for arid districts with the organization of a Members of Parliament retreat and one national stakeholders forum. However, DMI assistance has not been concentrated at the policy level. The project has extended its assistance to the grassroots level to achieve better coordination of drought management. District steering groups are responsible for coordination of drought management at the district level. DMI has supported the Arid Lands Resource Management Project in efforts to strengthen the role and capacity of the DSGs. DMI trained 68 district steering groups with participation of about 1,700 officers. At the community level, DMI has been promoting the formation and capacity building of disaster risk reduction structures. The disaster risk reduction groups undergo training in community-managed disaster risk reduction approach. This allows the communities to analyze the impact of drought on their livelihoods, identify possible preparedness and response activities to enhance resilience and mainstream disaster risk reduction into long-term development plans. Over the implementation period, DMI financed some of the more relevant drought risk reduction projects identified by communities. The project approved and implemented 19 DRR projects in various districts to enhance community resilience to drought. For instance, the Giria Water Pan in Kilifi district demonstrates how integrated use of water can boost food security and diversify livelihoods. The water pan was excavated in 2008 using European Commission drought contingency funds. The pan impounded a consistent amount of water during the next rains, which the community relies on for domestic, livestock use and small-scale irrigation. Inspired by the success of the project, the area community later asked for facilitation to acquire greenhouses and start fish farming using water from the pan. To further build community resilience to drought and enhance food security, efforts have been made to ensure a shift from dependency on rain-fed agriculture through adoption of irrigation. Consequently, DMI supported Arid Lands Resource Management Project in the promotion of rainwater harvesting for food production through use of drip irrigation and greenhouses. DMI, in partnership with Arid Lands Resource Management Project, embarked on a micro-project in Mutwati division of Meru North District to introduce drought-tolerant crops such as sweet potatoes and cassava in selected pilot projects. Household incomes have increased with the sale of sweet potato tubers as well as vines for upscaling and livestock feed. The communities are also making chapatis for household meals and sale from sweet potato tubers as value addition. DMI has promoted production of new rice for Africa, Nerica, in selected project districts to boost food security. The rice is grown in upland ecology where smallholder farmers lack the ability to irrigate, apply chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Lake Moa is a strategic resource in Lamu district and one of the most frequently used both by the residents and migrating pastoralists from northeastern province. To boost the livelihoods of fishermen around the lake, DMI facilitated training of the Moa Water Resource User Association and purchased 60,000 tilapia fingerlings for restocking. The project is aimed at increasing fish yields, enhance food security, and increase household income. Tissue culture bananas have proved to be a reliable income generation crop in Witu, Lamu district, where communities have been constantly disappointed by crop failure and struggle to break the cycle of poverty. DMI also facilitated farmers in the district to purchase improved dairy goats to enhance access to milk, leading to better nutrition, especially for children below 5 years. In Ijara district, DMI helped establish a 3.2-kilometer water pipeline stretching from Kotile to Jirele and Hobi. The project was aimed at giving the community access to clean water and improving sanitation. Pastoral communities regard Prosopis juliflora as a curse because of its aggressive colonization of useful habitats. However, a community in Garissa district is turning this tree into an income-generating resource. Through DMI support, the community is making animal feeds from Prosopis pods and charcoal from trees. Unlike the Garissa project, where communities are making economic use of Prosopis, the focus in Baringo district is on reclamation of grazing and farmland from the tree. The project funded by DMI includes uprooting of Prosopis trees, plowing and planting of grass seeds.
Sasa kitu ya kwanza mkulima atanufaika, atauza mbegu, alafu ya pili atakata hiyo nyasi na kufunga na kuweka store. Alafu ile mabaki kidogo atalisha nayo ng'ombe yake. Wakati ya njaa, ile wakati ya ukame, anatoa kwa store tu na kulisha mifugo yake.
Prolonged droughts often trigger a migration of large populations in ASAL areas in search of water and pasture, creating tension among communities as they compete for limited resources. To address this issue, DMI supported the Rangeland Users Association in Isiolo district in the management of rangeland and strategic boreholes and through community-managed disaster risk reduction training. To further enhance management of rangeland and avert conflicts, the project facilitated a cross-border meeting between the Hadado community from Wajir district and the neighboring communities from Merti, Basa and Sericho in Isiolo district. The meeting brought together representatives of disaster risk reduction committees to negotiate access to grazing areas. Providing rural communities with access to adequate, relevant and timely information is one of documented and reliable ways of accelerating development. In recognition of this vital role of information in development, DMI has piloted 2 community information centers in remote areas of Merti and Elwak near the Somalia border.
The main objective is to provide the communities affected by drought with easy access to information, skills development, and shared experiences.
The community information centers are leveraged on the power of ICT as tools for poverty alleviation.
Information is a critical part of development. This center will help its users deal not only with the drought, but with many other issues that affect their lives.
There is already in the pipeline allocation of specific resources under the next European Development Fund, which is the number 10th, which will allow to continue to support the systems and the capacity in drought management, with the particular emphasis on the capacity building of the new institution that should be established, the National Drought Contingency Fund and the National Management Authority.